Okay. Hi, I'm Puya, CEO and co-founder at Visospace, and our mission is to redefine the way people will interact with computers. We live in really exciting times. I'm sure all of you are aware that in just a lifetime, we've seen computers go from your desk to your hands. We've seen them go from a utility to a way of life, something we can't live without. And next, some of you would know that computers are actually moving onto your faces. So you know this already as virtual reality and augmented reality. And it's all, very cool. But the question is, how are we going to interact with the digital spaces that these exciting mediums create around us? Virtual reality is going to disrupt every industry that you know. It's going to disrupt healthcare, it's going to disrupt architecture, social network, and right now, a multi-trillion-dollar industry that's being disrupted is entertainment. And it's being disrupted by the big players, by Microsoft, by Sony, by Facebook, by even Disney. So I'm confident that you are going to have VR in your home at some stage. But most of you will probably try VR out of home first. See, just like the movies had to be tried in cinemas outside of the home before being enjoyed in the living room, VR will also need to be enjoyed outside. But this is the current situation. So the problem is space. For you to have a really immersive virtual experience full of freedom of movement, you need lots of space around you, and space is a premium in businesses. And so whoever can come up with the most immersive experiences that uses the least amount of space is going to win in the entertainment industry. The solution is the Alto. Some of you can't see it from up there, but I'll stand on it right here. So the Alto is a physical platform that you stand on in VR that gives you a really immersive experience full of unlimited freedom of movement while reducing the required space around you. So it's perfect for location-based entertainment. And we've started selling our product directly to VR developers and enthusiasts for now, so far. But we're transitioning to working with game studios and VR studios so that they can create experiences around our product and deploy it in entertainment venues to make extra revenue and share that revenue with us. So here's a snippet of our roadmap, our revenue model. But what we really want to do is transition from this B2B space that we are into the home market eventually. We want to reach the masses. And we want to do that by creating content, either ourselves or third-party developers, so that can be enjoyed at home. Think of it like Netflix for VR. There are other VR movement devices out there in the market, but the Alto is is far more affordable. It takes much less space. It's easy to onboard customers, and it requires a lot less space around you. And so it's perfect for the entertainment industry, the arcades, where throughput, how many people you can get in and out of your arcade, is actually the key revenue driver. So we can help with that. But whilst we're capitalizing for the arcade market, we're also positioning ourselves for the consumer market. So we can get into people's homes with our device. They can have a more immersive experience, but it's far more convenient. So in the 2 years that we've been around as a startup, we have created a whole new method of movement in VR. We have tested it with over 1,000 people, and the feedback has been overwhelmingly positive. We have filed for an international patent, and we're making this a reality. We have actually installed the Alto in several arcade providers around the world, including the US, the UK, Korea, and Australia, and they're piloting our product for their business. So our team has a deep background in running hardware, software, and VR projects. And we've built award-winning products before, and we're doing it again with the help of our top-notch advisors, such as the futurist at Paramount Pictures, Ted Shulowitz, who's also a VR thought leader, and he's going to connect us to the industry. We're raising our seed round of $1.5 million to get the Alto out into the world, into studios, and generate our revenue. So I'll leave you with one final thought. This is, we don't just talk VR, we live it. This is us actually pitching to an investor in the UK in VR remotely. So the next time I talk to you might very well be virtual. Thank you for your time. Hi, David.
Hi, fantastic. This is
Thank
great.
you.
So the per unit, if you were selling that actually to a consumer, what is that? What is the sale price?
So right now, I mean, we're only building tens right now, right? So our economy of scale isn't great, but we've kind of cracked. But we've cracked the manufacturing to the point where even at selling, like making a few tens here and there, we can produce it for less than $300. So right now, with our early customers, it's a $600 thing that you buy, and it's really for enthusiasts. But our target price for the home is going to be sub $150. And what we want to focus on is the content. So ideally, we'd be doing the timeshare model where we're actually selling a subscription to people at home. The device is either cheap or giveaway based on a subscription.
Got it. And trying to think back to that other slide. So for the $1.5 million, how far do you get?
That will take us the typical 18-month with the kind of
and sort of traction with that $1.5 million. Prototypes.
Yep. So I'll go back to our roadmap. So that would get us to basically to this transition point. And here we're actually thinking of doing a Kickstarter campaign. By that time, we've created a few killer apps. We've already cracked the market for the B2B side of things. We've made a name for ourselves, and we'll roll this out as a thing that you can have at home, play multiplayer experiences, not just games, but visualization of space, virtual tours, all sorts of things.
Interesting.
Thank you. Pierre. Hi. Bonjour.
In terms of is the device, is it upgradable?
What do you mean, like hardware-wise?
Is there new firmware that needs to be actually be deployed to that?
Well, the firmware is really simple. It's locked down, but we've deliberately made the device very simple and done. But what the magic is in the API, in the driver, right? So and that's constantly upgradable. So what we're doing is, for example, we're rolling out the feature that will allow you to measure your balance when you run it, and that could be a useful thing for rehab, right? So one of the target industries is rehabilitation, so we want to gamify rehabilitation in VR. It's already been proven to be really effective. So people with balance therapy after strokes or other neurological disorders, to be able to measure their balance beforehand, give them a whole bunch of therapies, do it again and see the difference, quantify that, and then train that over time. That would be really useful to clinicians, and we've already seen interest in that.
So you are looking also at partnering with different industries. You're not
Absolutely.
Talking about games.
Absolutely. Look, entertainment is it's not necessarily our first interest ourselves, but it's the only sector of the industry in VR that's really making money. So we got to kind of pay attention to that. But our interest, I'm a biomedical engineer. My interest is helping people, evolving humans and all that stuff. So for me, that's the goal, to be able to enhance people's lives. But games are good. Thank you. Glenn.
Games are fun.
Yes.
Thanks for your pitch, very interesting.
Thank you.
So what do you think about your killer apps? Are these something you're going to have to develop yourself, or who are you going to partner with?
Yeah, I mean, partnerships are really, because we're not game developers as our core team. We have a game developer who's tied with us, but we're talking to studios who want to partner up with us and do that. So what we want to do is build a middle layer. That's something we can definitely do. So this would be basically a networking system that allows you to quickly deploy this. You don't have to code it from the ground up. You're a studio, you get this and our SDK, and it's already a multiplayer game ready to go, and you just rebrand that with your IP, right? So you put in your Back to the Future or some other Silver Surfer or whatever you want, and that's the kind of thing that studios are really interested in. So they don't have to think about all the deep tech layers.